Good afternoon and welcome to another live English lesson streamed by Zoom app for conversing and produced by me, Hamid, your English teacher at Al Firdaus Bilingual Schools. Today we're going to complete studying the WH questions, and after that we will study something else if we have time. So let's begin with doing the exercise of page 58. I have sent you a digitalized copy of the activity book, right? So I suppose that all of you now have activity books. Some of you sent me their homework, others did not. Those who did not send me their homework, you are going to lose marks. And also those who do not attend our lesson, they're going to lose marks too. So be careful. Now let's do the exercise. So, the exercise rubric says, read the answers and write the questions. So here you have to reverse the normal condition. You have to write the questions and not answer questions, right? So pay attention that the exercise is telling you that the most important parts are the underlined words. So you should direct your answer towards these underlined words. For example, first sentence, it says the messages are from Samira and Abdullah. So, Adam, you can't hear well, Adam? Can you hear me, Awab? Okay, so the problem is yours, Adam. Awab is able to hear me. Okay, so the first one is the messages are from Samira and Abdullah. Here, the underlined words are Samira and Abdullah, right? So you should ask about Samira and Abdullah. Yes, Awab, wait for me. So you know what I mean. You should omit the two words, right? And form a question which asks about the senders of the messages. So how to form the first question? You should say, who are the messages from, right? Just as Awab said, who are the messages from? Notice that we use the question word who. Why? Because we are asking about people who are Samir or Samira and Abdullah. And if you remember last time we said that who is used to ask about people. Now let's move to the second one. Khalid was with his mother. So, see here the underlined words are his mother. So the question should be, who was Khalid with? Right? Who was Khalid with? And it's the same condition of the previous one. We use who because we want to ask about people. In this case, it's Khalid's mother. Right? So now the third one. The third one is zebras come from Africa. Wait a minute. Oh, well, wait a minute. Zebras come from Africa. Here the underlined word is Africa. And what is Africa? What is Africa? We said that Africa is a continent. Yes, a continent. And by this, we mean that the word Africa refers to a location, to a place, right? And we have the preposition, we already have a preposition from. So, which question word should we use to ask about location? Do you remember? The WH question word that we should use is where, right? So the question should be, where do zebras come from? Where do zebras come from? Now the other answer is Mrs. Jabber looked at Hannah's painting. And here the underlined words are Hannah's painting. And what do we mean by a painting? What is meant by a painting? Do you know? A painting in Arabic, you can tell me in Arabic. What is meant by painting in Arabic? Painting means lawha. Lawha, right? So unfortunately, we miss Jannah. She is a painter and she knows what a painting is. Yes, awab, lawha. So it is a thing. What is a painting? It is a thing, right? It's not a person. Thus, the question should be, what did Mrs. Jabber look at? What did Mrs. Jabber look at? Right? So why what? Why do we use what here? Because we said that what is used to ask about things, right? So now the other one, the other answer. Yes, Mrs. Jabber. Mrs. Jabber. Mrs. Jabber. So the other one is France is famous for its shops. Here, the underlined words are its shops. Again, shops are things, right? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay. What was the last thing that you heard? What was the last thing that you heard? Which sentence? 4. 5. Okay, concerning 5, we said that the answer, sorry, we said concerning 5, the underlined words are its shops. In France is famous for its shops. And shops are things, right? So we should use what and say, what is France famous for? Okay? The next one that you couldn't hear, I was saying that in number 6, the sentence or the answer says, Uncle Rashid waited for Khalid and his father. Here, the underlined words are Khalid and his father. They are people, right? So we should use who and say, who did Uncle Rashid wait for? Who did Uncle Rashid wait for? The last one is Fuad and Tania want to learn about other countries. Here, other countries refers to things. So we should say, what do Fuad and Tania want to learn? What do Fuad and Tania want to learn? Right? So, okay, so now have you noticed how we formed these questions? Have you noticed how we formed these questions? These WH questions? If you remember, we said that do you remember the formula of the WH questions? Do you remember the formula of the WH questions? What about the others? Adam, do you remember it? What is the formula of, oh, Adam, what is the formula of the WH questions? Can anyone tell me? What is the formula of the WH questions? You had to watch it, Adam. You had to watch the video. You didn't attend last time, so you should have watched the video, right? You're going to lose marks for that. Okay, now, who else? Who can tell me the formula of the WH questions? How to form a WH questions? How to form a WH question? Nawab, I was speaking to Adam and to those who didn't attend the lecture. Now, okay, Lujain. Now I want any one of you to tell me what is the formula of the WH question. No one can tell me the formula of the WH question. Jane, I'm asking now about the formula of the WH questions. I think you didn't attend the last lecture, so you should watch the video, just like your colleagues, your lazy colleagues. Okay, now, the formula of the WH questions is about, it starts with a double edge word, like the ones that you saw, plus what? Plus an auxiliary verb. What do you mean by an auxiliary verb in Arabic? What do we mean by auxiliary verb؟ اللي هي الأفعال المساعدة, right? Like what? Like verb to be, which changes according to the subject into are or is or am, or the auxiliary verb have, which may change to has if the subject is singular, right? And we have the auxiliary verb do, which may change to does if the subject is singular. So the formula of the WH questions starts with a WH word like what, where, who, and the ones that we have studied before. After it comes the auxiliary verb, and after that we have the subject, and after the subject of the sentence we have the verb. In which form? In the root form. And afterwards we have the complement, and at the end we have the preposition. Now we are talking about if there is a preposition in the answer, okay? If there is a preposition in the answer. إذا كان أكو preposition بالجملة اللي هي الجواب اللي نكتب عليها السؤال. Okay. And of course we have to put a question mark here. Unfortunately it's missing. So here is an example from the exercise. This is the answer, right? Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys and girls? Awab, preposition like the ones that we studied before, like in, from, for, by, and so on. Okay? ايش preposition? Preposition يعني حروف جر. Okay? So this is an example. This is the answer. Uncle Rashid waited for Khalid and his father. You remember we wrote the question in this way. We said, who did Uncle Rashid wait for? Who did Uncle Rashid wait for? So how did we formulate this sentence? Can you remember it? First of all, we omitted the object, right? Because it was underlined. We should ask for them, right? So we deleted, we erased, we omitted the object of the sentence. We put the WH word at the beginning. After that, we put the auxiliary verb did. From where? Okay, wait a minute. I have a problem in my connection, maybe. Okay, where did we come this auxiliary verb from? Where did we get, I'm sorry. From where did we get this auxiliary verb? From the original verb waited, right? When we see such a verb ending in ed, it means that it's in the past tense, right? So what should we use? Which auxiliary verb? We should use the did form, the did verb, auxiliary verb, right? Because it's still in the past. And so we said that we put the question word, which is who, because we are speaking about people. And after that, we put the auxiliary verb, which is did, because the original verb is in the past tense. And we bring the subject of the sentence of the answer here, and it is Uncle Rashid. This is the subject. And after that, we should put the verb, just like we said here, right? We should put the original verb in the root form. So what is the original verb here is waited. And what is the root form of waited? It is wait, right? So we put it here, and after that, at the end, we put the preposition, and we end the sentence with a question mark, right? It's clear, right? It's clear. Is it clear or not? Is it clear or not? So it is clear? So it's clear, right? Okay, yes. So, what do we have else? Notice that these questions are all in informal English, informal style of English language. I guess you know that we have formal and informal styles in English, right? So formal English is used in serious texts and situations, for example, in official documents, books, news reports, articles, business letters, or official speeches, while informal uh, English is used in everyday conversations and in personal letters, for example. So concerning these questions, it is very common. Yes. So it is very common to find such a question which ends in a preposition, especially in a spoken English. So if you use questions starting with what, where, which, who, etc., it's common to end it with a preposition. So when we speak, we normally put a preposition at the end of the questions, like um, these examples. What are you talking about? What car did you decide on? What are you looking at? Right? So we call them, these are in the informal English language. It's clear, right? So today we have learned something about those curious prepositions which end up at the end of the sentence. As we said, traditional grammatical rules can, say that we should not have a preposition at the end of a sentence. But sometimes we do. We separate the preposition from the words which follow it. Its complement. So this is called preposition stranding. And as we mentioned, it is very common in spoken English, right? So, and that's it for the WH questions and the prepositions for today. Next time, we will study the comparative and superlative adjectives. I will send you a PDF file about the topic. I want you to read it so the next lesson can be more interactive. If you have any question, please ask, and feel free to ask me about anything you may find difficult. Yes, Awa. Awab, I will unmute you. I want you to ask me your question verbally. Okay? Okay, now I'm listening to you. All of you are unmuted. So tell me, Awab, what is your question?
Ustad, decide. إيش معناته؟
Decide, it means يقرر, right?
Okay.
And if you remember, you found such a word in the exam, right? And I told you that decide means يقرر. So, do you have any other question? Do you have any other question? Do you have any other question? Lana, do you have a question? Jasmine, do you have a question?
إيش معناتها أول جملة مكتوب من information what are you critical about
Lana, we have said that in English we have formal and informal styles, right? And concerning the questions which ends with a preposition, it's in the informal style English, okay? So this is one of the questions, which is the informal style. You said, what's the meaning of this? What are you talking about? What do we mean by talk? يعني يتحدث, right?
يتحدث أو
Yes.
يتكلم.
Yes. So what are you talking about means يعني على إيش قد تحكي, right? Adam asks about the formula of the WH questions. This is the formula of the WH questions. You see, it starts with a WH word, which is, for example, who, where, when, what. After that, we put an auxiliary verb, and after that, comes the subject, and after it, we have the original verb from the answer. We take it from the answer, we put it in the root form, and maybe you have or you don't have a complement, and at the end you put the preposition. You take the preposition from the answer or from the original sentence, right? And the auxiliary verb, it depends on the subject, whether it is singular or plural. And the auxiliary verb, it depends on the verb, on the original verb of the sentence, whether it is in the past tense or in the present. Maybe it's in the present perfect. In the present perfect, you should use have and has, right? And just like that. Sidra, you are too late. We have finished the lesson. So, do you have any other question? So I suppose that you don't have any other question. So make sure to read the PDF file that I will send you. So the next lecture you can interact with me. And I don't know if you find it interesting to study in this way or not. Do you find it interesting? Do you want us to continue studying in this way? Adam. Awab.
بالنسبة لي عادي.
Okay, Adam, I'm saying that I'm asking you if you are interested in such a lesson, if you want us to continue studying in this way, I mean using this live lesson. Okay, and the others are silent. However, now we have come to the end of our lesson. Thank you for interacting with me today. As I said, I want you to read the file that I will send you. Inshallah, we will study the comparative and superlative adjectives. And after that, inshallah, we will read the story, and maybe before the story we can just solve all the exercises in the activity book concerning Unit 5, and we will finish it inshallah soon. But when we come to the story time, I want you, all of you, to read the story, okay? I will unmute you and I want you to speak and read, okay? So thank you for joining the lesson and have a good day. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye bye.